Hello and what's up, everybody? I hope you're doing amazing. It's been long since we uploaded on this channel, but I'm back. So today we are focusing on grade 8 pre-technical studies, that is mainly dimensioning and a little bit of plain scale drawing. So the first question reads, what is dimensioning? So dimensioning is the process of adding measurements on a drawing to specify the exact size, shape, and other details of an object. That is very simple. The other question reads, you list 4 common types of dimensioning that are used to indicate measurements. So the 4 types are linear, angular, radial, arc length dimensioning. Those are the 4 types. Now we can describe linear dimensioning, which is a type of measurements that measures the straight line distances between 2 points of an object. So the linear dimensioning indicates specific lengths, widths, heights, and distances between features of a straight line. So this basically, we can say linear from the word line is a type of measurement, or it's a type that measures the straight line distances between 2 points of an object. Angular dimensioning specifies the angle formed between 2 lines or surfaces in a drawing. So angular is from the word angle, so that is why it is specifying the angle formed between 2 lines or surfaces in a drawing. Then we have radial dimensioning from the word radius. So this type of dimensioning specifies the radius of a curved object, like for example arcs, circles, and rounded corners. Then we have the last type of dimensioning, which is arc length or arc dimensioning, which specifies the length of an arc. It indicates the exact length along the curved path of an arc between 2 points. So that is the explanation of the 4 types of dimensioning. That is linear, angular, radial, and arc length. The next question reads, name the lines correctly. So you've been there is a point, or we have A, B, and C. I hope you can see them. So we call A leader line, B is an extension line, and C is a dimension line. So a leader line is a thin line that points out specific features on the drawing. It ends with an arrowhead that points directly to the feature being described. I hope you can see the arrowhead and you can see the leader line. Then we have the extension line, which is a line that extends outward from the edge of an object to the dimension line. The extension line normally connects the object to the dimension line and clarifies the points between which the dimension applies. Then the last one is the dimension line, which is a line that indicates the extent of the measurements being shown. So I hope that is clear: the leader line, the extension line, and the dimension line. Question 4 reads, name 4 forms of dimensioning. Now, forms of dimensioning. So remember, the other question was reading types of dimensioning, and this one reads forms of dimensioning. So for the forms of dimensioning, we've got chain dimensioning, parallel dimensioning, and combined dimensioning, whereby chain dimensioning, the dimension lines are placed one after another in a sequence. And then we've got parallel dimensioning, whereby two or more dimension lines are equally placed and arranged parallel to each other. And then we've got combined dimensioning, whereby this method uses both chain and parallel dimensioning within the same drawing. So the combined dimensioning combines parallel and both parallel and chain. So for parallel, the two or more dimension lines are equally spaced and arranged parallel to each other. So they have to be parallel. And then for chain, the lines or the dimension lines are placed one after another in a sequence. And then for the combines both chain and parallel. I'm hoping that is clear. And then the fifth question reads that the floor of a rectangular classroom measures 12 meters by 8 meters. Make a labeled scale drawing of the floor using the representative fraction 1 over 200. So what do you do first when you get such a question? The measurements are in meters, so you have to convert them to centimeters. So 1 meter is normally equal to 100 centimeters. So what about, you ask yourself, what about 12 meters? So when you convert that, you get 1200 centimeters. And when you convert 8 meters, you get 800 centimeters. After that, we've got our actual length, which is now 1200 centimeters, and the width, which is 800 centimeters. So that is our actual length. Then we've got our scale length, so we have to look for it because we don't have it. But we've got the representative fraction, which is 1 over 200. So you take the representative fraction, you multiply by the length and the width differently. So 1 over 200, you multiply by 1200, you get 6 centimeters. And then 1 over 200, you multiply by 800, you get 4 centimeters. So after that, you have to draw your rectangular classroom. So the drawing is awarded marks. You draw the drawing and you give it the scale length, which is you indicate the actual length that you had been given at the beginning, which is 12 meters by 8 meters. So that is it, very quick and easy. So the last question, state 4 common features found on most visual programming applications. So we've got input, output, we've got effects and processing. Inputs always refer to the commands or the data that a program receives from the user or another source. So input in refers to the commands or the data that a program receives from the user or another source. In visual programming, those inputs, users can provide the input through different methods, such as maybe typing a text, moving the mouse, pressing buttons, or touching the screen. Then we've got the second one, which is processing. After data or commands have been received by a program, what does it do? It processes. So processing comes in as the second one, whereby processing is whereby the program takes the received input and uses it to make decisions. For example, when you're using Scratch, uh, those logic blocks such as sensing, control, events help to make choices in different scenarios. So that is why we are saying processing uh, happens after a program has taken or has received input and uses it to make decisions. After the processing, we go to the output, whereby output is how the program displays information or interacts with the user. Output, we get it in form of sounds, in form of animations, in form of visuals, etc. Then the last one is effects, whereby they enhance the user experience by making programs more engaging and interesting. Examples of these effects are animations and sounds. I hope that is clear. Today we were doing a very short video. We're going to upload again very soon. Please subscribe and like the video.